What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, the founder, the president of the ONYXCON Foundation, and this is ONYXCON's The Outdoor Experience Worldwide. Joining y'all today on a very hot day in the ATL area. That's my tank top, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just to be sexy, but if you appreciate it, ladies, I appreciate you appreciating me. But no, for real, it's hot out here. It's hot. And I was about to put on one of my fishing jerseys, which can keep you cool, like you sweat in them, and the material will generally, you know, it's like a nylon type material, or polyester typically. Polyester, I think more so. And it keeps you kind of cool once you sweat. Anglers know what I'm talking about. And I'm probably gonna put that on when I get to the river, depending on how it feels. Bro, blazing saddles, y'all, blazing. So check it. And yes, that is Smokey the Bear. Shout out to Smokey the Bear. It's always been a part of my life since day one. You know what I'm saying? Not new to this, true to this. You know the way we say it. Staying hydrated out here. I hope y'all getting your water. But I'm back on these guard today, y'all. I'm back on them hardcore. Yes, catfish are always welcome to the party. It's gonna give just the right snag I need for these monster gar out here that are so slick. That's right, Star Child is coming for you today. Oh yes, Sir Nose. Yes, Miss Nose. Today's our day. You gonna dance. Dance, sucker. And if you don't know Parliament, you don't understand what I'm talking about, you need to go get your education. You need to go look up Sir Nose devoid of funk. Devoid of funk, okay? Yes. All my real ones understand what I'm talking about, because the funk shall take you there. To the real march. My name is the one. Some people call me the funk. That's what they call him, but check it out. You gotta flip the lyrics for me, because I'm the third. So, my name is the third. Some people still call me the one, number one with the boogie. Aqua boogie, baby. Yeah, so we back on them, man. I'm excited, as y'all can see. All right, y'all. As I said, I'll tell you how to start doing my review of Mortal Kombat. So, as I walk to my spot, here's my thoughts. So first and foremost, let me put some things in perspective. I am a true fan of the whole Mortal Kombat nether realm concept, tradition, video game legacy, films, comic books, toys, figurines, you know what I'm saying, you name it. I don't have the biggest collection I'd like to have, but I have a few things, and I've always followed it, okay? I am old enough to remember when the first Mortal Kombat ever came out in arcade. I loved it from day one. I thought it was completely unique, the fact that they used real actors and did some of the first motion capture work in video games back then to make this amazing legendary game and series. The over-the-top violence, hyper-violence element of it, for me, I've always been an action fan, and I always say most stuff is unrealistic when it comes to, you know, as an actor, writer, producer in Hollywood, done my thing in there, done my independent stuff, still doing stuff. You know, there's a wide line between reality and fantasy. You know, so the levels of violence and everything have never really been a big deal to me. And I respect it for folks who don't like it. And honestly, myself, I never liked the gore element. I like when they came out with the function where you could cut off the gore in some of the games. I'm not here for that. I like the action. I like the moves. I like the ridiculous, unbelievable, inhuman, superpowered moves. That's all I ever like about any action movie, video game, etc. This movie did not disappoint on that. The stunt team needs a hats off. They need awards. Awards for stunts on all platforms. I'm totally with that movement. All stunt actors should be treated as real actors, should be given respect for what they put in. Oh wow, what a difference a day makes. Oh my gosh, look at this whole tree down out here over the path. and they haven't had time to come cut it. Wow, and that was a monster. That was that was fully diseased and ready to go anytime. So this is why whenever I'm in the woods, I'm paying attention. You know, even though I'm doing this talk with y'all right now, I'm paying attention because things happen in a split second. So now I gotta walk through unexpected paths to get around it. Because I still know my way out here. I know where I'm headed. All I gotta do is get around it. But wow. I wouldn't have wanted to be here when that failed. That's not the time when you want to be walking out here. Good gosh almighty, that was a big tree. We're going to cut off and focus, and I'll come back to y'all in a second. Gotta focus. Wow, that took all of 5 minutes to get around that massive tree off the trail. Now I'm back on the trail. And yeah. This is why, I tell you, hiking teaches some real lessons, some real life lessons, some real metaphors for life, you know? When things block your path, you gotta go around, you gotta improvise, you gotta think in the moment. Yes, indeed. Whew. So, got a situation, y'all. See all those tracks over there? That means it's super muddy today from when it rained about a day ago. That's all it took, like that one day of solid rain since I was out here and caught that last monster. And now, dealing with this. Ooh, no. Just 1 foot on it and I'm gonna slide. That's no fun. I can see that was somebody getting caught in the mud right there. I'm not here for that. So as much as I love this spot, I'm gonna have to go back to another spot where there's more level ground. Because otherwise, you know, fighting with a 20+ pound fish, you're gonna end up in the water. And I'm not about that life. There's a lot of stuff down there. But I'm gonna find a spot, that's for sure. Oh yeah. First got to do that tick check. After going through all that, got to make sure ain't nobody climbing up to get all up on you. And amazingly, I don't see any. And I always take a shower when I get home. I always do that, by the way, everybody. Even if you're just doing a casual hike, make sure you take a bath when you get home. Don't go to bed without taking a bath. Show y'all what my footwork looking like up here. See, this is the challenge we deal with today. You got the slope right there. Okay. And that would be probably the launch pad if I mess around and get a guard. You know. Getting it up here is gonna be the other thing. But yeah. Base camp right behind me. Pose set. Ready to go. That's the one I'm not using today. Pseudo drop net, don't ask. Machete, of course, and the bait. This is how I set up when I get my thing in. This is how we do. So, now that I've had a chance to relax as I'm waiting on a bite, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk to y'all about this Mortal Kombat, so check it. I thought the film was, first of all, let me give it just a general grade first so that you know that I appreciated it. It gets an A, but an A-. Now, for all of you who lose your mind and anybody says anything about what you love and you're a super fan and all that, this ain't for you. This is for critical thinking people, people in the biz, people who are artistic, people who are true movie buffs, people who understand everything that goes into making a movie, from from making a movie to being in a movie to just being a fan of a movie, all right? And a lifelong fan at that. I'm speaking of myself here. I give it an A-. Now, the minus only comes from, I guess we'll handle the negative and then we'll get to the positive. Not really negative, just the criticism, and then we'll get to the celebration. So, from the moment I saw the trailer for this, I lost my mind. Like, oh my gosh, they're about to do it. They're about to finally bring video game movies to the same level of respect as comic book movies. And we've seen, and my eyes are trailing because I'm watching some birds flying around out here. They're not going to show up on camera if I show you what I'm watching, but they're having them a good old time. Anyway, they're out there doing their thing. It's beautiful watching them do what they do. Anyway, but no, you know, it's like I've seen so many movies come. Oh, okay, they live in the tree. Yeah, that's why they're over there. They're going in and out of that little hole on the side. Check that out. Cycles of life. So, I love the fact that with Mortal Kombat, they kept it true to what it should look like. Okay, now, I saw and remember when it first came out, the first Mortal Kombat movie, and for its time, it was, you know, amazing because that level of puppetry and, you know, even the special effects that look super whack now were amazing then, you know what I'm saying? We still enjoyed it, and for the age I was, whatever age I was, I can't remember how old I was when that came out, I enjoyed it. I still had problems with it. And I can remember then my biggest issue was I had never, first of all, I never liked the character Johnny Cage. And just because of how he is this pompous, just total douchebag, you know what I mean? On purpose, like that's his character, right? And, you know, and the Hollywood guy who is so ironic, I never thought I'd be in the biz. And then, you know, many adult years later, I'm in the biz and I've met people who are like the Johnny Cage and Johnny Cagettes of the industry. Not a lot of them, but they exist. You know, that is a stereotype of actors in Hollywood, you know, the pompous types, which I want to stress is not everybody. There just are those. And there are plenty of cool people that are nothing like that. And will talk to you like people you've been knowing all your life and you just met them that day on set. So let me just say that for all my friends in the biz. But, you know, I never liked Johnny Cage's character, you know, the hotshot martial arts action movie hero guy who's always got something smart to say and he's supposed to be funny. But humor is, you know, a specific thing. It can be cultural. It can be very individual. I never liked that character. So to see him even on the film, it was like, oh, why are they giving him so much camera time? So in this movie, another character I don't like as much, there's Johnny Cage, but don't like the most in the whole Mortal Kombat series. And then underneath him, you could put this guy kind of, I don't know, maybe somebody else, but definitely him, he'd be up in that top 5, is doggone Kano, who I can't stand that they use that name because Kano is actually a beautiful name that can be a traditional African name that I respect. I even had a character once upon a time called Kano, but that's a whole nother story. So I always hated that his name was Kano. I was like, man, they ain't gonna give him this name, this cool name. Oh, he's such a jerk. Oh, I can't stand that dude. But this dude, what happened in the first Mortal Kombat movie, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I'm gonna try not to do spoilers about any of this, but his character was such a dang annoying twerp. He had the corniest lines and jokes, but that's the character. So if you like that stuff, you know, there's a whole group of people who are literally like Cage or wish they were. So they love this guy. You know, that's who they fight with when they play the game. That's who they want to be. I get it. It's a market. So yeah, I didn't think they were I was hoping anyway that they weren't going to cater to that market with this new movie in any way, but they did. They did it through Kano. Kano's the jerk off in this one. Yeah, he's that dude. And he gets so much camera time. Some people would say, oh, the actor, you know, he stole the show. No. All the actors were on par. All the acting was on the level I would expect it to be for the type of movie it is. And I enjoyed that for the most part. But his character just got way too many lines from, I'd say, the beginning to about halfway through. It was starting to get really annoying for me. It was starting to feel like, is this Kano and the Mortal Kombat fighters, or is this Mortal Kombat? What the hell's going on? What? Kano got way too much conversation for me. That's just me. So, other things I thought were annoying or whatever. I love the costumes. Let me say this. But I did notice some people's costumes. I don't know if, you know, I know that with movie sets and movie, you know, budgets and everything, sometimes one team is on one group of characters and another team is on another group of characters. And you can kind of see the difference. Like, okay, his costume looks way doper than this other dude. Or they use better materials. Why'd they give him, you know? So a character I do love kind of got whacked out for me, y'all. I'm watching my line and I'm trying to remember names right now. Cabal. My badass Indian character. I love Cabal in the game. Cabal is dope as hell. To me, Cabal is like, for Mortal Kombat, and some fans are going to feel me on this, he's the Boba Fett of Mortal Kombat. Let that sink in if you don't feel that. Somebody say, yeah. Somebody say, yeah. You know, you either feel me or you don't. I don't care. This is my opinion. He is the Boba Fett of the Mortal Kombat universe. So he's like a bounty hunter. He's all about, getting his pay. This is why, he deals with the shadier characters in the game and all that stuff. He's all about, I don't care who's paying me. I'll do the job. I just need the job. I can respect that on certain levels, but he still has ethics. He has his own standards. He has some kind of integrity. And Cabal has that. And when you check his character's story throughout the game, it's off and on, but it's there. And to me, that's kind of how Boba Fett, it's like Boba Fett I love, always did, even when he was somewhat villainized in the original Star Wars series. But like with the new, when that new Boba Fett come out, I mean, The Mandalorian was my, I love The Mandalorian. But when Boba Fett comes, yes, Disney, I'd like to buy a whole year's worth of your app. Thank you very much. I'm signing up right now. Don't even worry about it. Y'all know what you did. You know what you're doing. Just don't take my money. Just guarantee. I got to see that. So anyway, he's the Boba Fett of Mortal Kombat. But his costume, his helmet, it was grade A for a cosplayer that doesn't have a Hollywood budget. And that's no pun intended to my cosplayer friends. I'm saying folks who don't have the kind of budget, millions, okay, to put into a costume, but they still do something incredible. Like, dude, you made this out of what? It'd be like, makeshift materials, whatever. But it looks dope in person, you know what I mean? That's one thing. That's one level. When you put that on film, under the film lighting conditions and stuff, that can look a little wonky sometimes. And that's how he came off for me. Whereas other people's costumes, they had the right sheen, the right amount of grit, the right amount of, wear and tear, whatever is needed for that particular look. They looked authentic. They looked really dope. Like, okay, Scorpion, and I'm getting into a mix of pros and cons. Scorpion and my man Sub-Zero looked amazing and had one of the best fights in the movie. I won't give away when, where, how, all that. I'll just say it lived up to what I wanted it to be. That was amazing. And every other fight, let me say this, all the fights are on point. The stunt folk need awards. I keep saying it, they really do. It's incredible the amount of work they're putting into these films. And they deserve all of the accolades that they, what they put their bodies through to give us this level of entertainment. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Stunt coordination, all of the fight coordinators, hats off, full applause, standing ovation. Real talk. Y'all did the damn thing, okay? Straight up. Nothing to say about that. But I just wanted to see some more on certain costumes. Cabal needed a new helmet. He has so many helmets to choose from, so many customizations in the game. I would have liked to see something. I wouldn't have wanted the first original Cabal mask, which is eerie, cool, weird, but I don't like, that's not my favorite one. I like a lot of the ones in the newer game, in the new Mortal Kombat, and in 10. In Mortal Kombat 10, I love his look. I love it in 11. So they had a plethora of stuff to choose from. They just didn't do it. Whatever. Let's move on. My man, Jax. Boy, you killed that, man. You killed that, my brother. And we salute you. We repost your content all the time. He's an amazing actor. He has incredible Makai. Am I saying Makai? Man, this is when you need your notes. I'm out here in the middle of the woods, y'all. I'm sorry. I really hope I pronounce your name right. You know what I'm trying to say. I know your name. I just ain't got time to go into Instagram while I'm doing this. And maybe I'll edit it later, I'll put it at the bottom, whatever. You did a great job, Brian. You did an excellent job. I love that they chose you. I think it was perfect casting. And I look forward to seeing more of you, as it looks like they're going to continue this and hopefully make it a trilogy. So that's dope as I don't know what. All right. Another thing that I thought looked amazing, but I said to myself, you must have got there behind beat all the time playing the game. So it was like a vote, and everybody said, yeah, I got beat by him too. So let's just, he'll look cool, but I'm not going to say what happens. I'm just going to say Prince Goro. Goro's my dude. And he looked amazing, but y'all know y'all did Goro wrong. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all did Goro wrong. I don't appreciate that either. I do not appreciate that. The one thing, see, I can't say too much. I can't say too much. I'll be done giving away stuff. I know some people, I'm not trying to be that spoiler. Go watch it. You'll see what I'm talking about. But Goro's dope, and he looked great. He looked 10 times better in CGI in this than he did as a puppet in the first one. Though I appreciate their efforts in the first one. For its time, like I said, it looked amazing then. CGI could have been a little bit stronger in general. I have to say that. But I had to check the budget on this. I don't know what the budget was, but it could have been a little more. It could have been a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? But overall, it was dope. Overall, it was dope, y'all. Who else I want to talk about? Oh, gotta mention my girl, Melina. Little cutie pie. You know you did that damn thing, looking hard, playing bad. Because she's such a sweetheart in real life when you see the kind of character she's played. I honestly didn't know a lot about her as an actress till she got this role. And I was so proud to see that they chose a sister like that to get this opportunity. Shout out to her. Shout out to what I know this meant to her career and her fandom. And I don't care who's talking mess about they didn't. Melina's one of those characters that has such a cult following that, people just, I've been seeing people go in, talk about they didn't like this, they didn't like that. Overall, I liked it. Overall, she did an amazing job, and her look was incredible. I think the only thing I wanted to see, that's not a big deal, it's just a fan thing. I wanted to see her start with the ninja mask, had the joint like this, and then reveal the teeth and everything or whatever. And I didn't mind the look of, it was kind of I'll just say this without a spoiler, it's kind of a Wolverine effect. Every time he pops his claws, that's all I'm gonna say. So that kind of makes sense. I was like, I dig that. That's a little different. I ain't mad at that. Again, the only thing I would have appreciated a little bit, just because I have my own taste on that, her best look ever to me is not even the current one. I'm glad they brought her back for 11. But in 10, I loved her looks in 10. Man, Melina's never looked better to me than in 10. She looked sexy and monstrous all at once. And that's what we want from Melina, if you're a Melina fan like I am. Yes, hot little perfect height. She was a hot little short thing that can tear you apart. She's a man eater that you can think, oh, she's so cute. She's a pushover. She'll yank your head off and bite your, eyeballs out. That's Melina. That's the fun of it. That's what makes the character so dope. It's just, that unexpected little Tasmanian devil lady, I love Melina. And I love that she played a hell of a role for her. So kudos to you, sis. You did the damn thing. Excellent work. Ignore all the naysayers and anybody if you catching any of that. I'm sure it doesn't even matter because I know you got paid what you're supposed to. I hope, and you're doing quite well, and the rest of your career will be set because of this. I'm sure you're gonna show up in more sci-fi fantasy stuff. We'd love to interview you, by the way. If you ever notice this, remember we shouted you out when we heard about it, and I can remember you put a like on our comment, so I really appreciate that. That showed that you were paying attention to what fans are saying and what ONYXCON was saying. So salute to you. We appreciate you. And for real talk, get in touch if you want to do an interview. We would be honored. We would absolutely be honored to interview you. Who else I want to talk about? I loved all the Asian characters, especially Raiden. I always had an issue with the first one and how he was cast. Great actor, but come on. To me, that should have been an Asian character from day one. To have an Asian man play Raiden was dope as hell. I loved it. I thought that was perfect. And my man, oh man, I'm forgetting my character names right now. I'm sitting watching my line and stuff. But my dudes, man, did they not look amazing? My two brothers, man, they literally cut them out of the game and put them in real life. It was just like slice you out the game, put you in a movie. Like, this is them. This is literally them. It was insane how much they look like them. Especially my man with the hat. Oh my gosh. Killing it. Loved it. Who else I want to shout out? Man, so much going on in that movie. I like that they had the little cameos with statues and other stuff in the realms to let you know that other characters will probably be shown. Shao Kahn will make an appearance eventually. The other Khans have to make an appearance eventually. They're going to get into all that. When they mentioned, I'm about to give away some stuff. Let me just hush. That's enough. I think that's a good enough review. Like I say, A- for only the fact that I had little issues with some of the costume. And some of the sets look too setish. At a certain point, I realized this is just what it is. I think almost they were paying an homage to the first one. The first one had a completely foam rock looking set. And this one started having that in certain scenes Which, you know, I didn't want that, only because I got spoiled with the fact they had locations from a lot of other really great scenes in the movie. And then when they got down to doing these built sets, I love built sets, but if a set is built with a movie that does a lot of locations, I want to believe it's real, like no foam rocks. I want to be like, that's rock. Choose your angler. Fatality.